from the Canadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Tuesday, April 27th, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, teachers call in sick in numerous schools throughout the country, forcing early closure of schools. MBIA expansion and upgrade on hold as government renegotiates its terms and conditions. Guelph resident Jonathan Richards remanded for attempt to commit non-capital murder. May Day celebrations this Saturday with COVID-19 regulations, heated protest and warnings from the police. Former trade unionist and retired public officer Mr. Raymond Roberts sits in as our analyst. In Around the Globe, Guyana bus driver charged for multi-million-dollar robbery. The United States share AstraZeneca vaccine with India. Coming up in sports, Neil Roberts elected president of the Boxing Association of Grenada. We get the details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. The National Democratic Congress foresees a serious battle ahead if the government doesn't temper its actions and statements towards protesting public officers who are demanding their 4% salary increase due since January. One member of the party says the questioning of GUT President Jude Bartholomew on the weekend has only increased the protesters' anger against their employer.
Chairman of the National Democratic Congress St. Andrew Northeast Branch, Leo Keto, says the questioning of President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew, on Saturday will only further aggravate them. He said the development is rather unfortunate as public workers and their trade union representatives continue to fight for payment of their 4% salary increase, which was due since January.
I recall the days of Mrs. Clarice Charles. I recall the days of Mr. Michael Pierre, Speaker of the House. In the GUT then, they were very militant, and they stood and fought for what was rightfully theirs. So teachers today will be continuing in the same vein. I don't think any police intimidation will work this time. I don't expect it. And I think what has happened, the questioning of Jude Bartholomew will just aggravate the teachers to the point where they will just keep marching. Against force, against bullet, whatever, they'll keep marching for what is rightfully theirs. This is what is going to happen.
He added that the questioning of the union leader by members of the Criminal Investigations Department was in poor taste, as several other social gatherings have not been questioned. He is convinced that the powers that be is attempting to suppress and to scare the GUT, which has been fronting the struggle for public officers.
Because the teachers of this country, right, the people who build the education system of this country, stand for what is rightfully theirs, the heavy hand of the law seems to come down. Our view is, if the law has to come down, it must come down on everyone. And if it must come down, you must contravene. You must have broken something. You must have been in some error. by virtue of your behavior or conduct. So it baffles the mind, really, why Mr. Bartholomew was called in for questioning by the police high command.
Cato is also adamant that government can't pay public workers the 4% salary increase if it wants to.
If a government doesn't have money, how can they make these purchases? How can they go through these expenditures? So there is a need to come clear with the unions, right? Come clear with PWU, come clear with GOT, right? And let your action match your words. I think this is what has upset teachers, especially the fact that government seems to be spending money on everything else other than giving them the 4%.
After exiting the St. David's police station Saturday night, GUT President Jude Bartholomew made it clear that his questioning gave him new vigor to fight on, saying protest actions will continue.
But they will never be able to shake me. They will never be able to shake me. What they have done tonight have now motivated me. I'm very happy what they did tonight. Shake the whole of Greenland. Teachers' conference. We shall continue to move on. Merchant commerce. We cannot sit down. She will come. 4% will come. Pension will come. Regularization will come. Everything will come. And one day, those who are arrested us will have to go.
Cato was a guest on Tuesday's GBN's To The Point program. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Teachers called in sick in numerous schools throughout the country, forcing early closure of schools. And now plans regarding the umbrella trade unions plan for May Day celebrations on Saturday, May 1st, which is a public holiday, have not been disclosed. However, for the Public Workers Union, their plans will include an indoor exhibition on Friday.
With the present industrial climate as it is, the 4% salary increase due to public servants is expected to be the highlight at this year's May Day celebration. A press release issued on Monday from the Government Information Service indicated that Saturday, May 1st, 2021, is a public holiday. Therefore, the annual Labor Day or May Day holiday will be observed on that day. There is no public holiday on Monday, May 3rd, 2021. It added that the next public holiday, Whit Monday, will be observed on May 24th, 2021. While the PWU awaits official word on the event from the Trade Union Council, GBN spoke with Public Relations Officer at the PWU, Daisy Hazard, on their plans.
Internally within the PWU family, we have indicated to our members, and so I just want to remind members that we will be putting on an exhibition in the PWU headquarters, which will highlight the work of the PWU and pivotal moments in the labor history of Grenada over the years. We also will be showcasing the plight of workers as we struggle for our 4% increases. That's a fight that we will be showcasing in ways that the public and workers could appreciate.
Labor Day is a time set aside for workers to celebrate achievements and to highlight the plight of workers. The celebration was held virtually last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Hazard encourages all trade union members and the members of the public to share their thoughts by sending in video recordings or voice notes to them or visit in person.
Industrial climate in which we work and live right now, even in the challenges posed by COVID-19, responsibly, we look at the protocols and we pay credence to the protocols that is mandated by the Ministry of Health. But at the same time, given all the developments, as a responsible trades union, we cannot just allow May Day to pass by quietly with a couple of speeches. And so this is why we have planned this activity. We stand in solidarity with all our trades, all the other trades union on the island, and members of other trades union who are also encouraged to visit the PWU building on Friday.
Several attempts to get a comment from President of the Grenada Trade Union Council, Andrew Lewis, about May Day plans have been unsuccessful. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Saturday is a public holiday, and on that day, workers are expected to engage in some form of activities to commemorate May Day, not made easy, of course, by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and uneasy industrial climate and warnings issued following the questioning of a trade union leader. Our analyst today is a retired public officer and a trade unionist, Mr. Raymond Roberts. Welcome, sir.
Good evening to you, and it's my pleasure to be in your company.
Mr. Roberts, the new school term has just started. GUT president questioned by police Saturday and on Tuesday. Reports of large numbers of sick calls from teachers throughout the country today. Is this a start of intensified industrial actions by teachers?
Well, what I will say to you is that the relationship between the employer and the workers, that relationship to me has reached an all-time low. And the fact that the state seemingly called out the police on Saturday, and you can see that whether you like it or not, the president being called into the police station, it looked like he's been arrested. That may not have been the case, but that's part of the interpretation. That is generally not a good sign. In fact, the history of the state getting police involved in industrial dispute, if you look at that record, it is horrible. And just briefly, you had in the 70s, I guess before you were born, you had the nurses had a dispute with the then Eric Gary government. We could go into the Essential Services Act. There was a white paper that gave birth to the Essential Services Act. That was in the early 90s. And people like the Speaker of the House, he was there, he got injured, there was a confrontation with the police. Minister Oliver Joseph was there also too. President of the Senate, he was there too. And that relationship also went sour. And then we could talk about more recent, the breweries problem, when the government called out the SSU. And we all know the history. You had former senator and trade union representative just lying in the middle of the road. And it took several things to bring peace. Now, in 2013, the government did a very good job of sort of resuscitating and bringing to life the social partners. That provided what I thought was a genuine forum for engagement. I'm now told that that is basically with little life, if not dead, but with very little life. So the police getting into that picture under the cover of COVID, I don't know how we can rebuild that relationship. So I would expect to see the workers using as much opportunities that allow them to do what they want to do legally. And the only thing that will come out of it is the disadvantage to all of us. The government has a responsibility, though, to ensure that disputes of this nature are quickly brought under control, not by using the police, but by using methods that we have tried in the past and have worked. I just mentioned the social partner. So I don't know why we are not seeing things like that coming into play.
I really appreciate the history lesson, given that you're so familiar with industrial actions. Were you surprised by the developments on Saturday?
Well, it's strange, because let me say to you, I took over from Minister Oliver Joseph as General Secretary of the TUC in 1995. You have my brother, Peter David, who has always had a great affinity with the trade union movement. Senator Humphrey is not in cabinet, but he's I would think, now a party hack. So you have people with the experience who have gone through that. I thought they would have had influence on the Minister of National Security and Prime Minister to have suggested another route. I don't think it's a route that would, it gives a bad taste. It smells bad, it doesn't look good. So as I said again, workers in general, and teachers in particular, teachers have been, for me, they have been one of the most organized groups that I have encountered in the trade union movement. They have great camaraderie, not just for industrial issues, but for everything. The teachers, they are shining star. They in fact started an insurance among themselves So that tells you the camaraderie they have among themselves. And they must have felt betrayed that their leader is sought to go to police headquarters and then kept into a police station for almost 3 hours. I don't know. To me, the PM, I can't understand. The PM that I know when he was in the doldrums of politics in the 90s and came back to life, I know the unions were part of his vehicle. I mean, anybody my age will tell you the role he would have played when Herbert Blaze said, look, he couldn't pay the public officers. And the PM was, I mean, if there are tapes around, you would listen to him saying, he has to pay, he has to pay. Herbert Blaze Grenadian shares in what was Grentel and paid us. I got paid. This perhaps was the biggest increase we ever had. So really and truly, he ought to know, and he ought to be wiser now to know that he just can't ignore the workers. To be fair with you, I would say I understand and I would accept that there's economic challenges. But I would say to the PM, the best way out of this, and we need to have a Grenada that is peaceful, is to dip into the transformation fund. We have sold, I think, about 20,000 passports or more. The transformation fund must have millions of dollars. No one discloses what the amount is, but it has to be many millions. And I would say settle that issue, because I can't see how we could continue with that issue. And then there's the vaccine issue again. I thought the PM at first started well. And then he's, to me, in a tone of voice that frightened me. Employers have rights, and this one have rights. And I mean, that tone, I thought, the man I know, to me, that's not the tone I expected to hear.
Now, May Day is coming up. What do you think we can expect on Saturday in light of all that is happening?
Well, I'm not a member of executive anymore, but what I can tell you, I am hearing that there will be an activity parade limited to what I think I'm hearing 20 or 30 workers per union from 10 people into the stadium where they will have the formalities and the speeches by the various leaders. I would assume the Minister of Labour will be invited. I'm hearing that the theme will be solidarity and education to protect workers' rights and benefits in the midst of COVID. So they have a strong team. And I would believe that the nation will see a variety of placards, I mean, saying as many things as possible. I would think it would be a strong media message, even in the midst of the COVID. And I would say to the government that we have to find a way to bring this thing to an amicable conclusion. I don't know that I want to see too much police activity reworkers, because these things have a way of getting out of hand. And if they get out of hand, I mean, yes, the law will have its course and the police will have all the military mights. But I mean, we all are citizens and we all want to see peace. And I think the government had to start to think and, find a way. There are ways. There are Conference of Churches, there are the 7 Days Assembly. There are many groups. We all have that kind of passion in us. So let's find a way of, I would say, working to make that a win-win for everybody.
A win-win for everybody. Always willing to share his knowledge and experience, Mr. Raymond Roberts. Thank you, sir.
Have a nice evening, my dear.
Thank you so much. This is News at 7. Coming up, Guelph resident remanded for attempted non-capital murder, and MBIA expansion and upgrade project on hold, as well as cruise ships expected by July. So much here. Stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
For the next 2 weeks, Her Majesty's Prison will be Jonathan Richards' place of residence. The 26-year-old Guave St. John resident has been charged with 2 counts of attempt to commit non-capital murder and 1 count each of possession of a firearm and possession of ammunition. Richards has been remanded after making his first appearance at the Guave Magistrates Court on Tuesday, 1 day after he was officially charged for the crimes that resulted in an 11-year-old child receiving a gunshot wound to his arm. Those charges were laid against Richards by officers of the Criminal Investigation Department at the Guave Police Station on April 26, 2021. On Saturday, police issued a wanted man notice and he was subsequently detained. According to reports, Richards sought representation from attorney Ali Gill. Richards' next court appearance is set for May 11, 2021. New discussions are on the table between the government of Grenada and the People's Republic of China to renegotiate the terms and conditions on the existing loan agreement made between both parties to undertake expansion and refurbishment work at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. More in this Rena Pierre-Thomas report.
Due to the effect of COVID-19, the loan agreement between the government of Grenada and the People's Republic of China was placed on pause. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic resulted in a significant reduction in flights and tourist arrivals. The spill-off is a drop in revenue, which forced the airport authority to seek financial assistance from the government of Grenada. The agreement was expected to take effect in April of 2020. Minister for Tourism Clarice Modest-Cohen says the government is now at the renegotiating stage.
The Ministry of Finance has been holding discussions with them on it, and bearing in mind how the Chinese have treated with us in the past, I believe, I have confidence that this is what is going to happen, that the time between let's say now the arrangement was for a moratorium for 5 years where we had to pay nothing. That would be extended now. So if it would have ended, let's say 2023 or 2024, then those months or the period in which nothing happened, I expect that to be discounted. But the Ministry of Finance is holding that conversation with the Chinese.
While speaking of the operations of the international airport, the minister was asked about the recent statement of Egyptian investor Naquib Suwari, who suggested the privatization of the airport. The minister had this response.
So this is a private businessman, and he was voicing his own opinion at a session, and that our government has never had discussions either within government or within the Civil Aviation Department or with any business person. He was expressing his personal opinion at that time, and government has not discussed that. Government has no intention of doing that. At this time, I can't say for governments in the future, but this is not something that has been considered at all.
Under the existing agreement with the People's Republic of China, Grenada secured a concessional loan from the China Export and Import Bank of over 150 million EC dollars to undertake the airport upgrade. The groundbreaking ceremony of the project was on October 28, 2020. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Grenada looks hopefully at July as the month to welcome cruise ships back in its waters. Rena Pear tells us more.
After over a year of immense challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, which resulted in a massive job loss due to some businesses which service the industry closing their doors, the tourism sector in Grenada is now looking to reboost itself. According to Minister for Tourism Clarice Smithers-Cohen, they are in discussion with 2 ships that are expected to come to the island in July.
So in terms of the cruise ships, the time that has been given to us is for the 1st of July. So we have just over 2 months to continue our discussions, continue our preparations. The home porting for Seabourn is in Barbados, as I said, and the other one, Holland America, is in Aruba. So they have shared with us a draft proposal as to how they're going to carry out the safety measures on the ship in terms of health, and we have looked at that, we have responded.
The minister said she is working with health officials and other relevant authorities to put protocols in place for the ship arrival.
We have had several meetings. Last Thursday or Friday I had one, and as we speak there's another one on the same cruise happening today. We have been engaging CAFA and the different entities in health of the different islands to look at what the protocols are going to be. We in Grenada, we have worked with GHTA, the tour operators, and so to come up with a listing of attractions where we think the protocols can effectively be carried out. So we have been doing on that on our side.
The minister explained that they have also been following the guidelines of the Center for Disease Control in this regard.
What I do know that CDC and CLIA have said, though, is that they have urged Caribbean members or destinations to have discussions with the individual cruise lines to discuss the protocols to ensure that everything is in place, and have a signed document with each cruise ship that comes in long before they come in, an agreed procedure to follow coming into the destination.
Minister Smithers-Cohen was speaking at Government's weekly post-cabinet briefing. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trelana Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. Following the questioning of the president of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Mr. Jude Bartholomew, the RGPF during a media briefing said they do not intend to prevent anyone from exercising their democratic rights, but they have to ensure that all violations are investigated.
I want to certainly reaffirm our commitment as an institution to ensuring that while we will facilitate persons' rights within the context of our democracy, we also have an obligation to pursue matters relative to having these issues successfully investigated and concluded if there are any violations that we perceive to be happening.
Our online audience gave their opinions on the RGPF's response. Ria commented, so the police on the march did not ensure the protocols were being enforced. Organizers of events around the country, were they also called in for breaking the protocols? Alistair commented, the police doesn't even have a proper excuse for their actions. Denson agreed. He wrote, the police account doesn't add up mentally nor by calculator. More like damage control. Who sent them? Nivea asked, is the RGPF serving the public with this investigation, or is the RGPF serving the NNP? Shalian commented, protocols are only for the small man. When it comes to their counterparts, they are free to do as they like. Jose commented, Sheldon Scott ran up phone bills for almost $70,000. Why weren't 4 of the RGPF sent to arrest him? And Annette commented, our constitution is the supreme law of the land, and that is what we're obeying. Anybody who gets victimized for their rights, that is a breach of their rights. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
We move from the thought process to the visual impact. Let's take a peek through the GBN ISAW lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Another quiet day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the La Soufrière volcano, as no eruptions have been reported. However, that didn't stop the flow of ash and debris brought down by rains all the way to the coastline of the island. This was captured in tonight's GBN ISAW submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Wow. Still ahead, government announces new guidelines for people visiting the elderly. This is News at 7.
Introducing Color by Seasons. 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 Color by Seasons.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss this. Sunday, May 2nd, get ready to celebrate with more cash. This time, you can win US $15,000. $15,000? Yes, Miguel. 15 big ones. And tickets are just $13 US. But that's not all. To top it off, we're bringing Grenada's 5-time Soca Monarch, the Mad Rass, Boise. Tell me why you like. Bingo.
All right, up in your front door like a Jehovah.
Right? Yeah. Boise performing live on stage. This is going to be one for the record books. Relax. Get your tickets early for only $13 US. In Grenada, tickets are available at GoToFed.com or from numerous box offices island-wide and our main office on Bruce Street Mall. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at GoToFed.com. Sunday, May 2nd, don't miss the 20th edition of Wagatee Virtual Bingo. Get your tickets now and join the fun and excitement online.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of it, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
There are those who say they care, and then there is Jediah's Pharmacy, conveniently located at the front entrance of the Bruce Street Mall, right next to a Riser Credit Union. We offer premium quality products and services, and when you need us, we are there, offering you around-the-clock service, Mondays to Fridays, 7:30 to 7 p.m., Saturdays, 9 until 7 p.m., and Sundays, 10 until 2. At Jediah's Pharmacy, we show care with a beautiful smile. Call us today at 440-5342. The number again, 440-5342. Jediah's Pharmacy, affordable and totally dependable.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Caranach and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
The government of Grenada has announced the new policy guidelines for visiting elderly persons who are institutionalized in homes across the country. Visits are now permitted for fully vaccinated people whose elderly relatives are also vaccinated. Persons who are not vaccinated will be required to sign a waiver, relieving the government or private home administrators of any liability in the event of potential transmission of COVID-19. In recognition of the susceptibility of older people to COVID-19, restrictions were placed on visits to elderly homes as part of lockdown measures instituted in March 2020. There are 10 government-owned and privately run elderly homes across the country. Students, faculty, and staff of the St. George's University are ready for the resumption of life on campus as they took the jab on Friday.
Over 300 staff and students of the St. George's University got vaccinated on Friday as part of the first steps towards the university reopening its campus facilities for the resumption of in-person learning come August 2021. SGU says its leadership has considered all aspects of a safe return, placing priority on the health and safety of students, faculty and staff on campus and that of the Grenadian community. Some of the faculty, staff and students after vaccination on Friday spoke of the initiative and the importance of taking the vaccine.
I'm Dr. Liddell, a physician here at the clinic at SGU. Today was a great success. We had a wonderful collaboration with the Ministry of Health. The nurses who showed up here were extremely helpful. They not only helped to set up our vaccination processes, but also participated in helping to vaccinate those who showed up. Initially, there was some hesitancy among those showing up, but as the word got out, it was very easy, and more people were very comfortable after being vaccinated.
We did our vaccinations on campus today with the Ministry of Health. It went very well. I think we probably got a wonderful turnout. About 300 people turned out today for vaccinations, and I think everyone was happy.
And today I got vaccinated because I am really excited to start school back in August. I understand that getting vaccine will pave way for the new normal. I got vaccinated.
I got vaccinated because I believe that the vaccination will give me immunity with everything that's going on. That's really just what I wanted. I got vaccinated.
I've just got vaccinated today thanks to the collaboration between the SGU and the Ministry of Health. The convenience of that collaboration is what encouraged me to take the vaccine today, and so I'm thankful for that.
Following the request by the school for all persons entering campus to be vaccinated, there were several concerns raised about whether or not the school was acting within its jurisdiction. A protest was organized to be held at the front gate of the school on Friday, 23rd April, the first day of vaccination on campus. However, the turnout was not as anticipated. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
Stay with us. The weather and sports up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Do you know what time it is? You guessed right, it's detox time again at Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Purchase our 7-day cleansing pack for only $500. Includes everything you need for a complete total body cleanse. Cleanse your blood, kidney, liver, and colon. This cleanse will help you lighten up and get rid of the excess. Also available are our special product detox combo pack for only $100. Try our single detox products starting from $40. Check us out now. Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area, or call us on 231-6642, 449-7753, or 418-7115. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Let's look at the weather. Tonight's minimum temperature, 24.5 degrees Celsius. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and breezy with light to moderate showers. And we got some rain today, which was nice. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open water. No warnings at this time. Tides are low tonight at 10 and high at 4 in the morning. On Wednesday, the sun will rise at 10 minutes to 6 and set at 21 minutes past 6. Partly cloudy with light to moderate nighttime showers is what the weather will be, or expected to be more so. On Thursday, we're looking at cloudy to overcast with light to moderate showers, which may become heavy at times. And on Friday, mostly cloudy with light to moderate morning showers. That's it for your weather forecast on GBN News. Now for sports. The Boxing Association of Grenada successfully conducted its second quadrennial general election on April 24th at the Olympic House, Monroe, St. George, during its annual general meeting. The association elected a 7-member team comprising of 4 men and 3 women to manage its affairs for the next 4 years. The elected executive members are as follows. President is Neil Roberts. First and second vice presidents are Bernard Wilson and Alex James, respectively. General Secretary Hermione Elcock, while Assistant General Secretary is Carnisha Charles. Treasurer is Johnson Dion and Executive Member Veronica Benjamin. The Boxing Association of Grenada former President Johnson St. Louis passed away on March 1st, 2021. Meanwhile, as the new executive takes up their respective roles, they are expected to manage boxing affairs within the reform and transparent agenda of its parent body, IBA, and deploy exceptional leadership and management skills in providing and organizing training opportunities for coaches, referees, and officials, and working with the various coaches to train local boxers and prepare them for local, regional, and international tournaments within the ambit of the various COVID-19 protocols. Being mindful of the COVID-19 pandemic, the new executive will be working along with the Ministry of Sports and other relevant government authorities to ensure a safe return of local boxing competitions. Moving now to football. Some match results for the GFA Women's League on Saturday, April 24th. St. Andrews Vanguards defeated GBSS FC Just Sports 8-1. RGPF St. Forces were demolished by Queen's Park Rangers 17-0. Paradise FCI a loss to the Boca Juniors 3-0. Also on Saturday in the Sandals National Under-15 Tournament, FC Camohon defeated Hampshire United 4-0. St. David's FC and 5 Stars came to a draw at 2-2, as did the RGPF Under-15, ABD GBSS FC 0-0. Hurricanes gave Sunjets a 5-0 beating, while Queen's Park Rangers dealt combined Northerners the same fate. Eagle Super Strikers beat Hard Rock SC 3-1, while Hard Rock lost to North Stars 2-1. St. John's defeated Blue Stars 10-0, and SAFL dealt an 11-0 blow to Bellevue Rangers. That's it, sporting fans. Stay tuned for Around the Globe. around the globe. A Guyanese minibus driver was charged on Monday for the multi-million-dollar holdup of an employee of Health International Incorporated who was relieved of over $1 million after he was violently dragged out of his moving vehicle. Amel Griffith has the details.
A minibus driver, Sherwin Fraser, appeared before Magistrate Sherdal Isaacs on Monday morning to answer to robbery-related charges. It is alleged that Fraser, on April 19, whilst in the company of others and armed with a gun, robbed Derek Dutnot of $1,506,210 and a quantity of cash, property of Health International Inc. Dutnot was violently dragged from his moving vehicle at Princess and Links Streets, Charlestown. During his court appearance on Monday morning, Fraser of Lot 76 2nd Street, Agricola, East Bank, Demerara, pleaded not guilty and was granted bail in the sum of $50,000. The matter was adjourned until May 10, 2021. He was, however, ordered to report to the East Rumvelt Police Station fortnightly until the conclusion of the matter. Meanwhile, another bus driver found himself in hot water when a video began circulating on social media in which his vehicle, BYY 2372, was seen driving on a designated sidewalk in the vicinity of Providence, East Bank, Demerara. The driver, Clifton Cummings of Diamond, East Bank, Demerara, was arrested and charged on Monday. The Guyana Police Force Traffic Department arrested and charged Cummings with dangerous driving and breach of condition of road service. He is scheduled to appear at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on April 28, 2021. Reporting for the HTP Nightly News, Amel Griffith.
The United States has announced it will send up to 60 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine to needy countries, including India, which is facing an unprecedented surge in coronavirus cases. President Joe Biden called Indian Prime Minister and pledged to provide emergency assistance. The international community has criticized the U.S. for hoarding its vaccine supplies. Al Jazeera's Kimberly Halkett reports from the White House, Washington, D.C. in the USA.
Under pressure from global governments to do more to help fight COVID-19, the United States is sending much-needed medical supplies to India. On Monday, U.S. President Biden called India's Prime Minister Modi to discuss how the two countries can work together to protect their populations. India is experiencing one of the worst COVID-19 outbreaks the world has ever seen, and oxygen supplies are short. The U.S. and other developed nations have been under criticism for stockpiling vaccine doses while poor countries struggle. After weeks of hesitation, the U.S. now says it will assist India in boosting its vaccine supply. 53% of the U.S. population has received at least one vaccine dose of the Moderna, Pfizer, or Johnson & Johnson vaccines, and appointments are now easy to obtain. But vaccines from America's AstraZeneca stockpile have not yet been approved in the U.S. Still, the Biden administration will now make up to 60 million doses available for export to countries like India, following a government review. The U.S. is also sending a team of experts from the Centers for Disease Control to help India manage its crisis. The U.S. actions are reciprocal. India sent the United States assistance in the early days of the pandemic when the U.S. was hard hit. Now the Biden administration wants to return the favor. Medical professionals say the U.S. move is a good start, but more must be done.
That's it for Around the Globe. Stay tuned for a recap of the headlines. Now a recap. Teachers call in sick in numerous schools throughout the country, forcing early closure of schools. MBIA expansion and upgrade on hold as government renegotiates its terms and conditions. Guelph resident Jonathan Richards remanded for attempt to commit non-capital murder. May Day celebrations this Saturday with COVID-19 regulations, heated protest and warnings from the police. Former trade unionist and retired public officer Mr. Raymond Roberts was tonight's analyst. In Around the Globe, Guyana bus driver charged for multi-million-dollar robbery. The United States share AstraZeneca vaccine with India. In sports, Neil Roberts elected president of the Boxing Association of Grenada. If you missed any parts of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page or YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.